too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
Inactivity. humbled.
Shine down.
Silence.
This one's got your name on it.
Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
Be sanctified.
Feeling lucky? Hey there! Fire! Well, may I present? Hey! Time to shine!
Settle down. The tides beckon.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Attack! That's the way. This one's got your name on it. Fellow warfare, I guess.
Be sanctified. Silence.
Now you shall perish. Shine down.
A proper send-off! From the scene of this one's got your name on it!
Settle down. Let the mighty be humble.
Illusion shattered.
Feeling lucky? Fire!
Bow your head. The tides beckon.
Right here. Emerge. Hey there! Feeling lucky? Attack!
Silence. Be sanctified.
Right now. Umbrella warfare, I guess. Feeling lucky? Attack! That's the way.
Settle down. Let the mighty be humble.
Eat this! A proper send-off! From the Stinowith, feeling lucky? This one's got your name on it! Emerge. Nothing lasts forever. Right here. Attack! That's the way. This one's got your name on it. Out of the fry pan, into the fire. Right now. Right here. This one's got your name on it. Attack! That's the way. Hey there! You're toast! Astra. Thank you for Add Astra.
The Palais Mermonia's idea of crisis awareness defies words.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette. I'd be happy to teach you.
Miss Chiori?
Your talk with the investor sure went fast. The Aquabus hasn't even arrived yet. Oh? And who are they?
Allow me to introduce you. This—
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise! We've heard the owner of Chioriya Boutique is a skilled seamstress, so it's a real pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Why, thank you. I strove to create an outfit that matched her high social station as the demoiselle. So tell me, what happened? I can tell the conversation.
I know, Chiori, you don't have to say it. You did remind me that—
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
But how could I pass it up? He offered me twice as much—
And therein lies the problem.
Yes, but just put yourself in my shoes. After the budgets that the others had proposed were nowhere near enough. It's difficult to find someone willing to front so—
Don't be sad, Xavier. We might be able to help scrounge up some more together for you.
Oh, thank you, Paimon. That means a lot to me. But the cost of the film is staggering.
We need to move on. What's happened has already happened, and there's no changing it.
What? You're saying that you have a plan?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm simply saying I wouldn't— The actors I recommended aren't just after Mora after all.
Really? Then where do you live? We Malazines live in Marcy Village. The only way to enter is from underwater.
Oh, you must be pretty tired after work every day, right? I mean, you have to swim all that way just to go home.
We are so thoughtful. But some Malazines choose to live in the Court of Fontaine because it's so much more convenient.
This is our stop.
Oh, we've arrived, but I haven't even finished chatting with Aval yet.
I also enjoyed Aval's introductions to Fontaine along the way. Everything you described was so clear and detailed.
Thank you so much. I'm usually working here on this Aquabus, so I hope I'll have the chance to see you again. There are still many more places I'd like to introduce to you.
Welcome to the Court of Fontaine.
Chiori, you sure have changed a lot. This is the first time we've seen you since you left Inazuma.
I haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Thank you for extending the invitation, Mr. Xavier. I'm looking forward to a fruitful trip here in Fontaine.
It's an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
So they're who you meant when you said you had actors—
Oh? It's the Traveler. And
Wow, what a coincidence! Ayaka and I were just talking about you on the way here. Are you also here for the film?
We just ran into Xavier earlier and came over with him.
But I'm not not an actress. Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka are the real actors here. I'm just tagging along with Ayaka to have a good time together.
About that, I mean, how was I so I could only keep you in the back of my mind while I
I had been thinking about a surprise reunion with you during our trip here. But you still managed to surprise me.
Oh, so you all know each other already. My, what a Why don't we go to Hotel de Boer and catch up over a meal? I've already made a reservation.
Huh? Did you reserve 2 spots for us?
Yes, of course, of course. I'll be sure to tell the boss to serve a few more delicious...
Very well. Then please, kindly...
Wow, the buildings in Fontaine are so tall. Just look at how big they are.
And there's the fountain that Aval mentioned earlier. It really is a magnificent sight.
And look at that huge spinning sphere. Where does it get its power? Wait a sec! Could it be one of those clockwork mecha we've heard so much about? So this is what food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in Inazuma. How should I describe it?
Yes. When I first went to Inazuma, I actually thought the food there tasted a little too bland. It took some time for me to get used to it.
Let's get back to the purpose of this trip for a moment, shall we? How have preparations for the film been coming along, Mr. Xavier?
Well, I've already assembled most of the film crew, a lighting specialist, a prop manager, and a costume designer. I've also bought the copyrights from the novel's author.
Oh, it's called The Two Musketeers, right? I read the script you sent me on the way here. The story is pretty good.
Originally, I was planning to start filming as soon as Sir Kamisato and Lady Aya.
Oh? What is it?
It has to do with the film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial trouble and will be unable.
It's said that Fontaine's legal system is well developed. If he has violated the
Well, I'm still more concerned about filming. Even if I were to take him to court,
Then, is there a way we could raise funds?
I've considered that option too, but unfortunately, it's difficult to gather such a...
Mr. Xavier, if Ayaka and I were willing to perform for free, would that resolve...
What? No, out of the question. To have you...
There's no need to worry, Mr. Xavier. My brother and I had actually intended to work for free after Inazuma has only recently reopened its borders and needs to strengthen its relations and cultural ties with other nations. We didn't have many collaboration projects with Fontaine in the past, so we...
Indeed. You could say that's the real reason why the Yashiro Commission agreed to...
I understand, but having you two act for free just doesn't seem...
Not at all. While we're officially here to conduct a cultural survey of sorts, we must express our sincerity if we... This film will serve as proof of friendly cooperation and cultural exchange between Inazuma and... If you still don't feel comfortable with this arrangement, I would also be more than happy to be introduced to some other renowned...
All right. I'll do as you say. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to cobble together enough mora now, even if it means selling my house.
Come on now, no need to go that far. I'll also help you out as a brand sponsor.
Me too. Even though I didn't bring much more to spend on this trip, it's still better than nothing.
You are too kind, all of you. I really don't...
Ew. Alright, enough about that. Now that we have Xavier's savings, so instead of Mora, you'll help with filming and
Oh, but how can...
Alright, pull yourself together, Xavier.
All right. Let me think. I originally wanted to personally serve as director, but I've been too busy working as the producer. So the positions of director...
Paimon knows what the director and the logistics support person do.
The clapper loader is responsible for using the clapper board to record and organize the information of each shot when the camera operator begins shooting. The work requires both patience and careful attention to detail.
A clapper board? Oh, you mean the thing they hold that goes clap when it...
Yes, that's right. Are you in?
For sure! Paimon's always wanted to try...
Alright, then you'll be our clapper loader. I can find someone from the store to help with logistics.
Well, fine by me. As for our camera operator, I was...
Oh, he's great when it comes to using a camera. Paimon can't even count how many things we've taken photos of during our journey.
Yes, that's also what I was thinking. I noticed the Traveler had an eye for photography and composition when we worked together.
I'm sure that's due to the traveler's journey across Ivant and all the places they've seen. After so many adventures, using a...
What do you say, Traveler? Are you interested in the job? Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend. Let me give you a big warm hug.
So, all that's left for us to find is a director and an assistant.
Oh, me! I want to be the director's assistant. All we need to do is help the director, right?
All right, then all we need is a director. Oh, all the well-known directors in Fontaine are probably all...
Oh, Farina helped out a theater troupe recently by serving as an artistic consultant. She could be a good director, right? Besides, it's not like she has anything else to do right now.
Farina? Do you really think Lady Farina would be willing to help us with our humble...
Isn't that the name of Fontaine's Hydro Archon? My brother has...
Yep, that's her. She helped out a theater troupe not too long ago, and now she's taking...
Well,
I saw that musical. Her performance was perfect, and the storyboards were also excellent. Don't let her former identity intimidate you. She's the best candidate we can think of right now. You'll never know until you give her a shot.
Fine, you're right, Chiori. I'll do anything for the sake of my film, and then I'll have to ask the Traveler and Paimon to show me the way to Lady Farina's residence. I just hope she'll agree to help.
Do you need us to also come along?
No, there's no need to trouble you with this. Besides, you've just arrived in Fontaine, and I'm sure just leave this task to me. It's part of my duties as—
Very well. Then we'll be waiting to hear the good—
I'll go with you. By the way, you might want to consider bringing a gift.
And don't worry, we won't simply drop you off at Farina's place. We know Farina pretty well by now, so having some familiar faces there should help your chances.
All right, then I'll start making preparation.
A gift for someone who was once seen as the Hydra Oricon.
I recall that Lady Farina once fancied a clockwork ring, so perhaps I should get another exquisite clockwork—
Huh? Can't we just bring some desserts, like the Fontinalia mousse?
But wouldn't that be a little too cheap? She does like desserts, though.
Isn't the Fontinalia festival happening right now? I heard Abel tell us on the Aquabus that Farina introduced the tradition of to do something like that, she must have a real sweet tooth.
I agree with Yoimiya. If the gift is too fancy, it might actually—
Alright then, let's go buy some Fontinalia mousse.
But will that really be enough? We'll be asking her to do a lot of work, you know.
You're right. We need to further sweeten the
Huh? You want something even sweeter than Fontinalia?
Yes, we'll need a gift that's sweeter than—
Well, what could that be? This is where Farina lives.
Okay, I'll go knock on the door.
Coming. Seriously, who's knocking before afternoon?
Who are you?
Lady Farina, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Xavier, a film director.
Hello. Oh, is that the Traveler and Paimon I see behind you?
I'm Chiori.
Ah, the one from Chioria Boutique. Hello, hello. So, what are you all doing here? Do you need something?
Did you just get up, Farina? It's already past noon, you know. Huh? Oh, Paimon means the weather is so nice in the afternoon and the sun is so warm. Just like how you make us feel. Sleeping in late is a really smart idea.
No. I was just up late last night reading some novels. What does
This is a small gift we've prepared for you, Lady Farina.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a regular person like everyone else now.
That's great! So, actually, there's something we need. Given your renowned passion and understanding of drama, I would like to ask that you serve as the
Oh, but didn't you just say—
Yes, but for this particular project, I'm mainly working as a producer. Besides, I'm sure that your understanding of the performing arts—
Are the Traveler and Paimon also—
Yep, we sure are. Paimon's the clapper loader and he's the camera operator.
Camera operator? That can be a pretty technical job, and it directly affects the— No, I'm not questioning your abilities.
It's just that I've never really
Maybe you can come up with a test for the Traveler and see for you. If he can satisfy you with his camera skills, then you'd have nothing to worry about.
You sure are getting better at rolling with the situation, Paimon. Oh, I do wish to see how... Alright, how about this? Well, very good. It's essential for the camera operator to understand the director's vision. Are you ready? I have high standards, okay? Grab the camera and I'll give you a scenario. Oh, it appears that all the shots had a great composition, and I could really...
Yeah! Does that mean you agree to be our director?
Did you think I would agree just like that? After our performance of the Little OC, in fact, I've already had several troops approach me for the Fontanalia Film Festival. Unfortunately, the scripts were all pretty boring and didn't If others were to find out I agreed to work with you so...
Hey, but didn't we have a deal? What else do we need?
Well, what about...
Huh?
You know, how much you're willing to pay me to be the director? The pay is also in a...
Well, I can offer you this much?
What? That's all? If Nervilat were to hear of this, he could charge you with underpaying your labor.
I'm sorry, but our crew is in a tight financial spot at...
I see. Well, even though it's highly unlikely now that I'll join your...
Our script is an adaptation of the...
Huh? Wait, you mean the suspense thriller novel that was a number...
Oh, so Farina's read it too.
Of course I read it. I've always had a keen interest in I see. It all makes sense now. You must have used most...
Not really. The novel's author transferred the copyright to me practically for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of the story.
He probably just wants to get his name out there. So, Mora isn't the most important thing to him right now. It reminds me of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs while traveling all across Teyvat. I didn't charge her much for the outfit either. The exposure she provides...
So, are you a big fan of this?
Well, it's alright. The pacing of the story is good, but the character will... Mr. Xavier, if I...
Oh, as much freedom as...
Good. Then I'm free to alter the...
Absolutely, no problem.
Oh?
So...
Yes, I agree. Although the pay is well below what someone of my caliber deserves. I mustn't let a perfectly good story be ruined.
Oh, Hydro Archon above!
There's no more Hydro Archon, you know. There's a lot that goes into shooting a film.
Although the trickiest tasks of finalizing the script and casting the... And by the way, since we'll be filming The Two Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer.
Yes, I've thought about this as well. I was hoping that you might know someone who could handle the job.
Me? If this was before, I could have simply... Navia can also use firearms, but unfortunately, her style is quite different from that of the character.
Could we ask the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol?
Oh, you mean the special...
Yes, that's right. They work with muskets every day.
They would be under... So, in the end...
No need to go to all that trouble. I know their Captain Chevres.
Oh, you do? Wait, Chiori, how do you know the captain of the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
No particular reason. Running a business means deal. In return, I've helped her handle a few situations in which the Special Patrol couldn't get involved.
So you're saying there's been times when the Special Patrol needed a fashion designer to handle a situation? Your work is becoming more and more mysterious.
It'd be best to keep it that way. Anyway, enough about that. What do you all think about asking the captain to be our musket action choreographer?
She sounds professional enough. She is a captain after all. I have no objections.
But I imagine the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol must be busy with their duties. Do you think she'd really have time to help with shooting a film? And then there's the issue of pay.
Well, it just so happens that she's also not the kind of person that's just after Mora. As for whether she has time...
Then I'll leave that to you. Macaroni's on sale today, so I've got to go. You can just tell me how things went when we discuss tomorrow's plan later.
No problem.
Having Farina join feels like a...
Of course. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true power of my name in these lands. I'll be sure to ask some people I know to see if they'd be willing to act as extras.
Seems like you're finally getting more comfortable with your own reputation.
I didn't ask for the Clapper Loader's commentary, Paimon.
Then let's get going. I happen to know where Chevres is today.
By the way, I'm curious. If my pay is so low, then what about...
Actually, they told us that they see the trip as part of a cultural exchange, so they didn't
What? So is every person into that who doesn't want money gathered here to shoot this film? Don't tell me Chiori isn't...
I already knew Xavier from before. And he's also...
It seems the gods have really smiled upon you, Xavier. And that's
All right, this is the place. She's over there. The one with an eye patch reading in front of the news.
Oh, her! Paimon could tell there was something different about her.
Please wait here for a moment. I'll go fetch her. She's working now, so you might not want to get in her way.
Working? But isn't she
Just trust me.
Oh! Chiori sure is a mysterious person. She claims
The court of Fontaine isn't particularly tolerant of visitors from overseas, so it isn't easy. Even a local like me just trying to make a film has to face all kinds.
Reading on the job?
Detective novel.
One main character?
No. Multiple. Branching storylines.
I see. How's the plot coming along?
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life. I'd wager he's going to make...
Any way to speed things up? There's something I need your help with.
You know that doesn't depend on me. It all comes down to...
Which is exactly why I'm here.
All right. It appears he made the wrong choice. Halt!
Huh? What's...
Hand over whatever you're holding.
Oh, it's just a book.
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a look.
Excuse me, officer. I don't...
Don't give me that act. You won't be able to get off so easily either. I am Chevraz, captain of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. I will say this one last... And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the ground before...
All right. I'll give it to you. But please let me say something first. If there's any contraband in that...
Why, you trying to leave me on the hook, huh?
Save it for the interrogation room. Take them away, Letelier.
what's going on here? 1 second you're reading a book and the next you're escorting.
And who are... Oh! Aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers recently? Maybe I can let you in on what's happening then. Now that Vacher has been brought to justice, no new shipments of synth will be made thanks to a tip from our reliable source here.
Oh, so you were pretending to read a book in order to Oh! Paimon almost forgot to introduce ourselves. Paimon is Paimon.
Hey, I'm Chevraz. You probably already heard me introduce myself, so I won't bother repeating.
Yeah. Why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance?
No, I wanted to see if the shopkeeper would turn himself in first. All he had to do was come up to me and say that he didn't know where the synth had come from.
He had the whole day to turn the synth over to Chevraz. But instead...
Yep, he made the wrong choice, even though the right choice was right there in front of him.
But you knew they wouldn't make...
Yeah, I knew. I was just hoping I'd be wrong for once. Enough about that, though. What did you want to ask me about?
Oh, you see,
The Two Musketeers. So what do you need me to do? Just be the...
Yes, that's right. I want to make sure we get all the details right. I want the actor's posture and However, I'm afraid this work will require a bit of your time.
No need to say any more.
huh? Just like
Really? You're willing to help us with our humble film?
Sure, it's no big deal. As I said, we've wrapped up our investigation. Besides, I personally really like this novel. I even have the collector's edition at home. Stories where justice prevails over evil never get old for me.
Then we've got a deal?
Yes, I'll see you on set tomorrow.
Oh my! I can hardly believe it! I should tell Lady Farina immediately. Oh, and I must tell the prop manager and let...
Calm down, Xavier. The film is going to take more than... Still, I should also head back now.
Alright, guess that's it for today then.
Traveler, Paimon, please stay for a moment. I have something...
Then I'll take Xavier back. Poor thing. He's so excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. I don't want to spend our first day... Yep, see you tomorrow.
So what did you want to tell us, Chevraz?
Have you read The Two Musketeers? The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron, and their struggle to survive together and take revenge for their mother. They were raised at the baron's estate, where their mother worked as a maid. The two were illegitimate children that the baron had with the maid. One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the Baron's household, who never had any kind words to say to them. However, the Baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide, and there was no Many years later, members of the Baron's family suddenly started turning up. The Baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take, but it was actually those two siblings who had fled. They used all of their abilities to collect evidence and clues.
That's quite an exhilarating story.
Yep, the Baron got what he deserved for his evil deeds, and justice was able to prevail. It was just the kind of story I enjoy.
more interesting to do? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you... To learn the proper etiquette.
It's finally time to meet up with everyone! Paimon even dreamt of making the film last night. If Paimon remembers right, we're meeting at Hotel de Boer. Let's get going! Ayaka! Yoimiya! You're already here!
Good morning. Xavier said yesterday afternoon went well.
Yeah, and how about you, Ayaka?
After we split up, Ayato went to see Udex Nervillette at the Palais Mermonia. I was originally thinking of going with him, but he said he could manage it himself. He told me to go see the sights around Fontaine and to enjoy the local culture, so I rode the aqua bus with Yoimiya and visited the opera house on Aranias Island.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what we saw there! 2 mechanical puppets that were dancing together! You've already seen them, right? Yeah, those two!
We sat and watched for quite a while. It was mesmerizing. Like we—
Oh, it was the same for us the first time we saw them, too.
Afterwards, we went swimming at the beach! Well, diving, to be exact. It was the first time I ever breathed underwater! I held Ayaka's hand and we counted down together. 3, 2, 1, and then splash! We were beneath the waves. At first, I didn't dare to open my mouth. But once I couldn't hold my breath any longer, I decided to take a big breath in. Turns out the water wasn't as salty as before I knew it. I was breathing like normal down there. It was an amazing feeling. Ayaka said I was too nervous and needed to loosen my grip. She got used to everything way faster than
I knew that the Traveler could do it, so I had no doubt we could do it too. That helped me feel at ease as soon as we dove in. The underwater world in Fontaine truly is beautiful. I love seeing the Romaritime flowers blossoming under—
Yeah, and there were so many creatures that we've never seen in Inazuma. Like those fish that shimmer like a sword blade. Whoosh! Oh, and those big fish that call when they see people.
Oh, you mean Hunter's Rays and Blubber Beasts.
I just love the name Blubber Beast. Just wait till Pops and the others hear about this.
Yoimiya was down there for quite a while. It was dark before we finally rode the aqua bus.
Yeah, even I was worried I wouldn't be able to get up. I still felt like I was drifting in the waves when I went. But as soon as I woke up today, I remembered that we'd all be shooting a film together, and I was ready to go.
Speaking of the film, where's—
My brother and Xavier were speaking to the restaurant owner about using the place. As for the others,
We're here.
Please excuse my tardiness. I just finished the Special Patrol's 6-mile morning jog.
Wait, 6 miles?
I'm so tired. I heard you all chatting, so I decided to come down. I sure could use some of—
Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Can someone fetch me a cup of coffee?
Sure, I'd be happy to do that.
No, you can't go anywhere. Please, have a seat over here so I can get started on your makeup. The last thing I want is coffee stains on my costume.
I can get the coffee. It's the perfect job for an assistant.
So much energy. Seriously, what's her secret?
Oh, Yoimiya's always like that. But you sure look exhausted, Farina. It's because you're not used to waking up—
Of course not. I spent the whole night reading the novel from cover to cover, marking sections that either need to be omitted or adapted.
Wow, Paimon didn't expect you to be so thorough.
Well, I was the biggest star in all of Fontaine after all. It takes more than just a pretty face to earn a reputation like that. I know how to get serious when the situation calls for it. I went all out when I was acting as an Archon, so why wouldn't I do the same for my own life?
Here's your coffee, Director Farina.
Oh, thank you. The sound of being
It seems everyone has managed to arrive on time.
We've reached an agreement with the restaurant owner. We are free to use the second floor.
Really? That's great!
He is really looking forward to our film, and hopes that providing his restaurant as a filming location will attract more customers. Well then, Mr. Xavier, I'll leave the rest to you.
Okay, thanks. First, I'd like to introduce, this is our prop manager, Veronique. She'll be in charge of all the film's and this is Bono, our lighting technician. He'll be in...
Wow. Sure feels like we have some...
First of all, please allow me to first express my when my investor informed me, I had no idea that I'd find so many...
No need to be so cordial, Mr. Xavier.
Your works made a profound impression on me when I saw them back. I am sure that someday, this film will be remembered.
Yes, the story is the reason I agreed to join. I can't bear to even imagine what this film would look like without the very best director.
Anyway, I would like to make a promise to everyone that as the producer, this is not just my film, it also embodies the thoughts and feelings. So, without further... You may take it from here, Director Farina.
All right, listen up, everyone. The first scene takes place when the two young musketeers are living at the Baron's home, still unaware of all that is about to happen to them. We'll need props and lighting to set the scene. Our lead actors can go get their makeup done, and extras, please take this time to go over your positions.
Whoa. Seems Farina's really kicking things into...
Is everyone clear? I don't want anyone traipsing around the set like umbrella finches. All right, cameras will start rolling as soon as the set is ready. Let's make a film that'll make some serious not the kind of waves that drown people. I mean, the good...
Seems like she's still... Anyway, let's go see if there's anything we can do to help.
How about here?
A little more to the left.
You got it.
Hey, Yoimiya, do you need a...
No, I'm fine. You know, doing the lighting is kind of like... I heard that the Traveler will be operating the camera.
Really? Is that because it'll be easy for Paimon to hold the clapperboard while...
Well, sure, there's that, but I just think that after all your journeys together, you two must have developed a super close bond and just naturally know how to work with each other. If I'm not mistaken, the director will want the cameras rolling as soon as the clapperboard goes clack. Oh, I see. It's amazing to see the magic.
Yoimiya, we need lights over there, too.
Oh, on it! I've got to get back to work. Chat with you later. Oh, it's exciting to...
Seems like Yoimiya's really getting into it. But she was right. We do have... Paimon's really happy to hear that.
Ayaka has mentioned you to me before. She said that you two...
No talking. I'm thinking about how to do...
Ah, yes. To help me really look the part.
To achieve a more young and naive look for this scene.
Are you saying the wrinkles around my eyes are too deep?
You just have too much of a calculating.
You sure don't mince your words. It seems you really have...
Quiet.
So, this is a real musket?
No, it's just a prop weapon.
Not bad. Have you seen a real musket before?
Only in books and newspapers. I made this one based on the relative shape and proportions I saw in reference. When we're filming, some special gunpowder will be applied around the muzzle, which will help create the flash and smoke effects of a real gun being fired.
Which means it'll be up to the actors to portray the
That's right. The sound effects for gunshots will also be.
Thank you, Veronique. I think I know where to start now. However, the musket's gears and firing pin could still use some work. Adding some wear on the metallic components will make. Also, be sure to rub the muskets with some oil each time before we start shooting. That'll give the impression that the firearms have been well maintained.
Good point.
You seem to know a lot, Miss Chevres. I assume you use the—
Yes, I perform routine maintenance on my weapons every day. Just like we—
I also perform similar care for my sword every day, and familiarize myself with its shape and weight.
Yes. This way, our weapons will never betray us in the heat of battle.
Yes, well said. It seems we have the same philosophy on this topic.
Oh, sounds like they found a common interest to talk about.
Though these props differ from the muskets I use, I can still give you some pointers.
Good. I look forward to your instruction.
First and foremost, never point the weapon at anyone, regardless of whether it's a real or prop weapon or whether you're holding it or it's on the table. This holds for any time when you're not actively in—
Okay, understood.
When aiming the musket, extend your arm so that it's level with your shoulder, and use your—
Like this?
Not bad. Now, try saying your lines.
This is the end of the road for you.
Good. Now turn your body a little. That way, this is the end of the road for you.
Huh. Excuse me, Miss Chiori. Director Farina, there's something I wish to discuss with you.
Oh? What is it?
Like this?
Yes, much better.
What do you think?
I do see your—
I believe it would be most fitting.
Well, if you insist. Miss Ayaka! Miss Chevres!
Huh? What's going on? Are we gonna start—
Let's go see.
What is it?
I have a question for you, Miss Chevres. Would you be willing to play—
What?
To clarify, I would like to turn over my role to Miss Chevres.
But, brother—
Don't worry, Ayaka. I actually view this as a good thing. I was becoming troubled trying to set aside some time to speak to the staff at the Palais Mermonia. I would like to have some conversations about the cultural exchange between our two countries, and I've heard that the bureaucrat— Now, I will be able to focus on my work. Besides, you also know that I'm not really one for—
From a director's point of view, I also felt like the relationship between the older brother in the story plays the lead role with his overbearing character. But this causes his character to But if we were to change the siblings to two sisters of a similar age, then that aspect of the story might come. Also, I've seen you instructing Ayaka. That cold and dignified personality.
Of course, even with all these insights, the decision—
Chevres mentioned that she really likes the story, right?
All right, I'll take the role.
Good. It's decided then. I'll get started on making edits. We'll also need to make some immediate adjustments to the lighting, I have a feeling that our adaptation—
You're doing a great favor for me, Miss Chevres. You have my gratitude.
Don't mention it. I like this character, so if anything—
Well, since my brother is the one who brought up the idea, I suppose there's no need to worry. Let's go, Miss Chevres. I look forward to working with you.
Please, just call me Chevres.
Seems like you're really going out of your way to solve the problem I was having with—
Surely you jest, Chiori. I assure you that I was most—
Oh, come on. You really think I'd buy that?
Perhaps. Ayaka always, but I feel that she needs not only to see other nations, but also to make some different kinds of friends. I think it would be harder for—
Alright, go on. Spoil her some more.
Ayato, it's too bad you're stepping down from the role. Paimon really wanted to see you act as a musketeer.
No need to poke fun at me. I'd wager that you also felt that I wasn't the best
It's a little hard for Paimon to imagine you saying those lines.
Yes, I've made an appointment to meet some people from the Palais Mermonia.
Traveler, get the camera ready. Paimon, get the clapperboard.
Go on now.
Yep, don't worry.
Thank you. I look for—
All right. Now that we're all here, the first scene takes place when our two main characters are still living at Chevris will be playing the role of Silence on the set. Lights.
Let's go!
Tulip, Mother's been out.
Perhaps she went to pick some flowers on the way home.
Iris, Tulip! I'm home!
Mother! You were out for so long, we were beginning to worry about you.
I'm sorry, but I'm back now, safe and sound.
Mother, what are those bruises on your hand?
Huh? What bruises? Oh,
But I didn't notice them this morning.
then perhaps they're from when I asked. By the way, did you have fun playing at home? What's the matter, Iris?
Well, we've
They even took Iris's doll.
and they even called us.
Shh. It's all right. Don't worry. Girls, listen to me. It doesn't matter what anyone's. You both have wonderful lives ahead of you. Just maybe your time to blossom hasn't. Don't let the soil you're in now ruin your future.
And cut! Not bad. The actor's emotions were also, if our clapper loader could avoid shouting at the start of the scene next time.
Oh,
Great. I was a little worried that my
I felt fine. The lines weren't too difficult at all. Seems like Farina.
You two were great. I couldn't tell.
Thank you for your encouragement.
Positions, everyone! We'll move on to the next scene after we... This scene is when our two characters return home, only to discover their...
Mother, we're back. Mother? What's wrong?
Iris, stay away!
Huh? Why? Mother!
There's poison in this cup.
Huh?
Those are... Iris,
Leave? But now that Mother...
anywhere. All I know is that we can't stay. We'll have our revenge, I promise you. Just not right now. Come on, let's go.
No, we can't just leave Mother here like this. At least let me leave this rose with her. That's why we went out.
All right, goodbye, Mother.
And cut! Beautiful!
Oh my, you're so amazing, Ayaka!
I was surprised too.
Thank you for the kind compliments. Actually, as soon as Director Farina said action, I told myself not. It's quite similar.
Ayaka's performance was amazing. Have I discovered an acting prodigy? Pipe down, everyone!
huh? Are we done already? But, how do you feel, feel, Traveler? Is your arm sore from holding the camera all day?
Good work, you two.
You too, Shivers. You were quite the actress today.
I've read this novel many times before. I have a good grasp of my character. Anyway, do you
Oh, right! You have a case where the murders...
In the story, the main characters and on each of the victims, they place a rainbow rose as a signal that they've returned. Yes, that's correct.
Oh, that does, especially after seeing the script today. What do you think, Traveler? You're smart. Paimon wants to hear your thoughts.
Good. On behalf of Fontaine's, there's no time to lose. We should start investing.
Huh? Right now?
The most valuable intel always comes. That's how one of my favorite books.
So, where are we going right now?
Let's start by checking out some workshops that sell mechanical components. If the culprit is making their own weapons, it's very likely that they'll visit those sort of places.